You're listening to Headspace on Aggie Radio 92.3, KBLU-LP in Logan. I'm your host, Hunter, and I'm excited to say that today I'm presenting a segment on one of my favorite TV shows, Severance, the sci-fi thriller that has captured audiences since 2022. It is truly one of the most well-crafted shows I've seen, not only in its amazing premise, but in how well that core idea is explored. Severance, at its core, presents a choice, really, one I think many listeners would be tempted to take, despite all the profound implications it has, which is, would you willingly split your consciousness and memories to avoid pain or part of your life that was unpleasant, that you didn't like? Could be as simple as that, or it could be something deeper. But for the employees of Macrodata Refining Department, or MDR, who we follow throughout the show, the answer to that question is yes. Mark, Helly, Dylan, and Irving aren't just members of the same corporate team, but people who have chosen to work for the mysterious company Lumen and undergo the revolutionary new process, Severance. Essentially, Severance is having a microchip placed inside your brain that splits your conscious mind into two people, each with their own memories. One that takes control only outside of work, and the other that only takes control while in work and only retains memories in work or outside of work. And similarly, the viewer's attention throughout the show is kind of divided between the most main character, you could say, Mark, his outer personality existing in the world outside Lumen, and his new, fresh personality inside the walls alongside the rest of the team, who also have no memories of the outside world. So a truly just twisting narrative that managed to balance emotional depth, complex characters, really a truly one-of-a-kind atmosphere, endless mysteries, and just a plethora of philosophical implications stemming from Severance as a concept that are extremely relevant to modern society is what elevates Severance to the highest level of television, in my opinion. And though I've said similar things before on this show, my show, Headspace, if this episode can serve as just kind of an introduction or a transport back into the atmosphere of that show, I think it will have been time well spent. So the first song is actually just one of the most perfect parallels to the show I could find, I think, as the concept of the album it hails from is similar in many ways to the retro-futuristic corporate labyrinth that constitutes the biotechnical corporation Lumen Industries. That album is Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino by the Arctic Monkeys, and it's somewhat of a concept album that kind of draws on the idea of the songs taking place or being from the perspective of someone in this space hotel that is the name of the album, and it uses that perspective to satirize and explore concepts of fame, greed, money, love, and just overall apathy. And I also always find a very interesting album to explore, since the soundscape differs so much from Arctic Monkeys' previous albums. It's much more kind of lounge music inspired, with more pianos and like minimal instrumentation. And the vibe and tone is welcoming in a lot of the songs. It's got that kind of corporate polish to it, but it's also ominous and kind of has a hint of just desperation that I think reflects the liminal environment of Lumen, which that's one of the biggest parts of the show and parts that makes it visually unique is inside of Lumen, the consistent and unchanging static aesthetic of white walls, green floors, and basically everything else being blue Lumen branded objects, desk tools, toys, that kind of thing. So here is, as an introduction to the world of Lumen, Star Treatment by Arctic Monkeys.
To be one of the strokes. Now look at the mess you made me make. hitchhiking with a monogrammed suitcase, miles away from any half-useful imaginary highway. I'm a big name in deep space, ask your mates, but Golden Boy's in bad shape. I found out the hard way that here ain't no place for dolls like you and me. Everybody's on a barge floating down the endless stream of great TV. 1984, 2019, maybe I was a little too wild in the 70s. Rocket ship grease down the cracks of my knuckles, karate bandana, warp speed cheek, hair down to there, impressive mustache. Love came in a bottle with a twist of cap. Let's all have a swig and do a hot laugh. So who you gonna call? The Martini Police. Baby, that isn't how they look tonight. Oh no, it took the light forever to get to your eyes. I just wanted to be one of those ghosts you thought that you could forget, and then I haunt you via the rear view mirror on a long drive from the back seat. But it's alright, 'cause you love me and you recognize that it ain't how it should be. Your eyes are heavy and the weather's getting ugly, so pull over, I know the place. Don't you know an apparition is a cheap date? What exactly is it you've been drinking these days? Jukebox in the corner, long hot summer. You got a film up on the wall and it's dark enough to dance. What do you mean you've never seen Blade Runner? Or maybe I was a little too wild in the 70s. Back down to earth with a lounge shimmer, elevator down to my make-believe residency. From the honeymoon suite, 2 shows a day, 4 nights a week. Easy money. So who you gonna call? The Martini Police. So who you gonna call? The Martini Police. Oh, baby, that isn't how it looks tonight. It took the light absolutely forever to get to your eyes. And as we gaze skyward, ain't it dark early? It's the star treatment. Yeah, as we gaze skyward, ain't it dark early? It's the star
I hope Star Treatment lived up to its name there, as Lumen hoped for its employees when hiring them on. And this next song by city pop artist Ginger Root, who is one of the most prominent figures, I think, in keeping this Japanese-based brand of alt pop alive and fresh, this song was inspired to be chosen by the absurdity of the superficial work culture that Lumen promotes. Though from Mark's outer view of Lumen, we see it's somewhat a mysterious and ominous entity. We kind of see, from his perspective, we see it for what it truly is, because it affects so much of his life without him even knowing. It's foreign to him. For his inner personality, this new personality inside Lumen, we quickly see the routine that they've established and the work culture they promote, which is one that is polite and chipper to the point of extremism. And that's because a large part of Severance is its identity as a parody of corporate culture and the attempts people make to create just any sort of life or energy or motivation within the monotony that those jobs can entail. It takes this to the extreme through work life acting as a person's entire experience of the world in this show, which is part of what I think makes it so genius. And so the boredom, the frustration and the apathy this song portrays, and the subsequent resolution that it's at least better than Monday, which is the name of the song as well, and all of that wrapped in its catchy and upbeat instrumentation that uses sounds similar to jingles or elevator music you might hear in a corporate setting, I think all embodies this well, really. So, from the perspective of the personalities trapped inside Lumen, here is Better Than Monday by Ginger Root.
All the same.
And that was Better Than Monday by Ginger Root. Just, I love the energy in that song and how upbeat it is. Can really get me going when I need some extra motivation. So a lot of his songs do that really with how catchy they are. But for the next song, let's turn to some of the early episodes of the show, which establish one of the most important themes, I think, early on. And that's really through hints at Mark's motivation for Severance, which is his wife's death a few years ago in a car crash. He lost his job as a history teacher after, and it's clear he's not taking care of himself and struggling to create relationships because he's still dealing with this grief and depression. One of his side plots out for his personality outside of Lumen is really just attempts at romance and trying to connect with his sister and potential love interests in that way. And participating in Severance seems in some degree, to some level, a desperate attempt to escape in some way, even though paradoxically it's not really taking the time to heal, which is something really interesting, I think, that the show looks at. And though it's not clear from the beginning of season 1, and even for some other characters till season 2, many of the people engaging in Severance are doing so to avoid troubles of the outside world. It's something I found really interesting about the show because just based on the premise, you might think, and this is definitely the case in a way, it's to just remove your personality from the responsibility of having to go to work, because no one usually enjoys that too much. But it also kind of plays with it in the other direction as making basically a personality that's free from all the memories and the weight you carry. And so not only does the Radiohead classic How to Disappear Completely manage to be one of the best songs at capturing this overwhelming need to disassociate that I've ever heard, just one of the best at that and very clearly demonstrated in Severance. But its respective album, Kid A, in both lyrics and instrumentation, feels very similar to the cold, technological, and just kind of uncaring world that Severance can be at points. So here is How to Disappear Completely.
That's not me. I go where I please. I walk through walls. I float down the living. I'm not here. This isn't happening. I'm not here.
Want to hear your favorite song on Aggie Radio? It's easy. Just text the word play to 435-797-2346 and we'll send a link to request it. Then be sure to stay tuned as you might just hear your pick on air. Thanks for listening. And after how heavy that ballad from Radiohead just was, we're once again kind of moving to the opposite end of the spectrum with this eccentric alt-pop tune from Glass Animals. And the album this song is from is pretty interesting. Just want to give it a mention. It's once again, I think, could be considered a concept album, as the goal was for each song to center around the often tragic or strange just life stories of someone the band had met, which results in a collection of songs that I think do a good job of illustrating the idiosyncrasies of humanity on just kind of a general and diverse scale. And this one in particular, for this song I chose, tells the story of a girl who has fallen into harmful habits of using technology, unhealthy food, and drugs to bring purpose to her life constantly. And these lyrics, I think, parallel the state Dylan, one of the four central characters, begins in within the show. He is bought into the Lumen system, but in a different way than his friend and occasional enemy, Irving. Instead of accepting just their rules and doctrine at face value and seeking approval, he just follows them really for the food or toy rewards, the small prizes that Lumen offers to distract him, which can make him unlikable to the other team members. He's either initially kind of serving as comic relief or a force of aggression a bit in the group to disrupt it. But as the deep melancholy, I think, in this song implies, it's behavior he's not necessarily proud of and just uses as a distraction. And he eventually begins to overcome this after an accidental glimpse into the world outside Lumen, which kind of changes his inner personality's perspective. So, with kind of continuing the same vibes from Better Than Monday, here's Season 2, Episode 3 by Glass Animals.
would be the afternoons. Sometimes it makes me laugh, sometimes it makes me sad. Don't you need me, oh baby boy? 'Cause I'm so happy without your noise. Don't you need me, oh baby boy? 'Cause I'm so happy without your noise. Baby, my head is on backwards. Baby, my head is on backwards. Baby, my head is on backwards. So happy. Baby, my head is on backwards. So happy. Don't you need me, oh baby boy? 'Cause I'm so happy without your noise.
And that was Season 3, Episode 2 by Glass Animals. Not of a show, not of Severance or podcast, once again, name of an actual song in this case. But for our next song, it represents a contrast, I think, to Dylan's passivity. And that's through the character of Heliar, which she is introduced in the first episode. Her inner personality is fresh from being severed, and it's Mark's job to kind of train her and explain her essentially just new life here, her only life here at Lumen for this personality. However, she is the most determined to escape being trapped in Lumen. Her efforts are relentless. She threatens self-harm in exchange for more chances from Lumen to communicate with her outer personality, trying to explain how she doesn't want this, and multiple times tries to smuggle messages out and similar tactics. And this next song, though very well known, when I like to usually try and get deeper cuts from albums like these that have big hits, I think really just embodies the courage of Heli in the face of how dominating of a presence Lumen is, and how that eventually inspires the other inner personalities to fight back as well. And even though Lumen throws everything at them, from gaslighting to mental torture, really. So the ethereal vocals of lead singer in the song, Joe Newman, and just the guttural kind of guitar sound managed to create a song, I think, uneasy enough to fit right into the world of Severance. And the chorus and refrain also bring that sense of urgency that Heli embodies as a presence in the story. So here is Breeze Blocks by Alt J.
May contain the urge to run away, but hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blocks. Citrazine, your fever scream me again. Never kisses, or do you ever send a full stop? Do you know where the waffles go? They go along to take your honey. Way down how we build our breakfast down and say, my love, love, love. La la la, muscle to muscle, to toe to toe. The fear grip me, but here I go. My heart sings as I jump up. Your angry time that my heart is shutting up. Do you know where the wild things go? They go on to take your honey. Bring down our sleep, build our breakfast, now let's eat my love, love, love. She bruises calls, she splutters pistol shots. Hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blows. She's morphine, queen of my vaccine, my love, love, love. La la la, muscle to muscle and toe to toe. The fear is gripping me, but here I go. My heart sings as I jump up. Your anger turned as my eyes shutting up. She may contain the urge to run away, but hold her down with soggy clothes and breeze blocks. Germaline, disinfect the scene, my love, 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 but please don't go. I love you so, my lovely. Please don't go, please don't go. I love you so, I love you so. Please don't go, please don't go. I love you so, I love you so. Please break my heart. Please don't go, please don't go. I love you so, I love you so. Please don't go, please don't go. I love you so, I love you so. Please break my heart. Please don't go. I need you hold. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. Please don't go. I need you hold. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. I need you hold. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. Please don't I love you so. I need you hold. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. I need you hold. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. Please don't I love you so. I need you hold. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. I need you hold. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. Please don't go. I need you hold. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so.
All right, so let's take a step back from the character portraits for a moment, as that song Breeze Blocks you just heard was inspired by Helly's character, really. But Severance as a whole excels in creating layers of intrigue. It's one of its greatest strengths, I think. And it doesn't just end with the corporate structure the characters inhabit. While the environment of Lumen inside its walls is definitely, and just the office space they work in even, is distinct enough to carry the show on its own, which I think it does, and is part of why it's so good. There's also hints that Lumen is the result of a history that extends much farther back than its current position as a biotechnical corporation. And this is also something explored even more in the second season as more locations are introduced. But it's first brought up in the Perpetuity Wing is what it's called, which is a section of the facility that Irving brings the rest of the team to, really, to show Helly it for the first time, as it's what gives him a sort of sense of purpose in his work, and he wants to transfer that to her. And it offers sites such as animatronic recreations of the Egan family, who's very important, and first prominent member Keir Egan apparently founded Lumen, and they've been involved with it since. There's also a display Dylan calls the Wall of Mouths, showing supposed smiles from a variety of people that Lumen's undisclosed work has been able to help in the outside world, and an almost religious replica of Keir Egan's house. It's extremely unnerving and reminiscent of almost a church or a house of worship or a cult, which is something the next song also captures. It's from one of the most creative and unique pop bands making music right now, Everything Everything. Their songs use some of the strangest metaphors and imagery I've heard in any music, really, but I think for the purpose of just getting you to think deeply about the themes of the lyrics, things like religion, technology, and isolation. And their new album, Mountainhead, is no exception. Newish, I believe it came out last year. And this tune I chose from it, The Mad Stone, dives into ways dives into these themes in ways that are strikingly similar to Severance. The way cult-like narratives are fed to the employees to kind of keep them complicit, especially those seeking approval and a purpose like Irving, and the persuasion that there's no way to escape or greater reason for them to exist, is reflected in the idea of the mythical and holy monument in the song known as the Mad Stone. And all these lyrics discussing wizards and mountains in the song, I think mirrors how Severance, in a very unique way, pairs the aesthetics and danger of technology with kind of the with traditional, almost folklore, like just background world building. So here is The Mad Stone by Everything Everything.
Are you coming outside? I can make it a business. I can sell you it. Do you live in a mine? A notorious black spot up and coming out here. Let the wizard talk come. At the peak of Choice Mountain, you've been saving up. Are you really this old? I can make it a business. Come with me to the mad stone. Above you. Mad stone. Let it control you. At the very top there was a screen that showed a picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man on the screen. And he was looking at another picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man who was the double of me. So you scream and you save. I got wild in the aisle, son, let me tell you that. Did you set me aflame? I can sell you a fire hose, put out all of it now. Do you think it's all true? Nothing quite so romantic, there's no oxygen. I'm a mountainhead too. What is that, a religion? Come with me to the mad stone. Above you. The mad stone. Let it control you. At the very top there was a screen that showed a picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man on the screen. And he was looking at another picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man who was the devil of me. Strange winds are blowing on this mortal plane. You get no pleasure from your pleasure center in your reptile brain. The mad stone is singing. Can you say the same? You get no pleasure from your pleasure center in your reptile brain. This is the mad stone. Above you. The mad stone. Let it control you. At the very top there was a screen that showed a picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man on the screen. And he was looking at another picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man who stood there looking at a picture of a man who was the devil in me.
Only those involved at Aggie Radio get visited by the secret sock puppet society. If you join Aggie Radio, you could host your own radio show, create a podcast, and maybe even get the chance to interview legendary sock puppet rock opera star Ked Jennings. Text JOIN to 435-797-2346 to learn more about getting involved. The secret sock puppet society awaits. Again, that was The Mad Stone by Everything Everything you just heard. And now we're moving on to the final character I have yet to give some attention to, which is actually one of my favorites, Irving. Irving is a character whose history is still maybe the most unknown out of the core four at this point, and who may be the least assertive, but also serves as the group's heart, really, and is able to establish a lot of who he is just through his demeanor. He is the most bought into Lumen narratives that he is doing mysterious and important work to help the outside world, and clearly loves being the thought of being someone others can rely on. He is organized and just overall fits well into Lumen on the surface. However, he is also easily frustrated when things don't go according to plan, often anxious, which is not helped by the mysterious visions from his subconscious he begins experiencing at work, which opens up more questions about even the nature of Severance as well, which is interesting. And he's often scared to reveal or pursue the romantic feelings he has for another character he meets in one of the departments at Lumen, Bert. This culminates in a rather tragic cliffhanger for his character in the first season, as he gets a chance to meet Bert's outer personality, but it doesn't go as he hoped and presents a huge complication of Severance, that being that romantic relationships could potentially exist separately between personalities, which I'm sure you can imagine how complicated that could get. So Irving struggling with anxiety and believing that things can go his way, his just lack of confidence sometimes, are encapsulated in perhaps what's the most low-key song today, Lizzie McAlpine's All Falls Down. The horns in the chorus are also, I think, the perfect touch to the song, and similar to the jazz influence in Severance's soundtrack as well, such as in the iconic musical dance experience scene, which if you've seen the show, you probably know what I'm talking about. So here is All Falls Down.
Tell me how to be more like you today, more than a shell of me. Couldn't say who I am right now. Tell me how to keep the time from sticking around, 'cause it all cry after you go home. Do it fine, like I always am. Am I that good of a liar that I believe myself again? And it all falls down on you at the same time. Yeah, it all falls down on you at the same time. 22 was a panic attack. I can't stop the time from moving, and I can never get it back. 'Cause it all falls down on you, and it all falls down on you. Then it all falls down on you, and it all falls down on you at the same time. At the same time.
And now we've arrived at the final song of this week's show, one that I just hope brings the same sense of scale that the absolutely wild final finale of Severance Season 1 does. I won't spoil the ending, but the final few revelations and the tension that erupts from the interpersonalities all getting some interaction with the outside world are maybe the most explosive scenes I've ever watched on television. So more than anything, this song's existential themes, foreboding chiming in the background, and just the harmonies on top of the surrealist lyrics of a man, I think, panicking about his future and the inescapable nature of time, as I understood it, are meant to express just how truly in over their heads the characters are by the end of the series. Though they accomplished kind of their main goal of the season to some degree, there was no way they or the audience can know how much more they need to unravel to be rid of Lumen and their control over these people's reality and lives. So, from one of my favorite albums ever, and one of the most unique in my opinion, here's Tally Hall's Ruler of Everything.
Juno was mad, he knew he'd been had, so he shot at the sun with a gun. Shot at the sun with a gun. Shot at his wily one, only friend.
In the gallows or the ghetto, in the town or the meadow, in the billows, even over the sun, every end of a time is another begun. You understand mechanical hands, or the ruler of everything. Ruler of everything. I'm the ruler of everything in the end.
Do you like how I dance? I got draconian pants.
Consequential enough to slip you into a trance.
Do you like how I walk? Do you like how I talk?
Do you like how my face disintegrates?
I have a wonderful wife, I have a powerful job. She criticizes me for being egocentric.
You practice your mannerisms into the wall.
If this mirror were clear, I'd be standing so tall.
Saw you stomping over clovers on the side of the hill.
I was observing the birds.
I've been you, I know you, your facade is a scam.
You know you're making me cry, this is the way that I am. I've been living a lie, a metamorphical scheme.
Detective undercover brotherhood, objective obscene. Oh no, no, oh yeah.
The end, no, you know, must be never really comprehended. You can't, but when you try to pretend to understand, you resemble a fool, but you only a mess to give it up and smile.
You understand mechanical hands, or the ruler of everything. Ruler of everything. I'm the ruler of everything.
Without looking down, gliding around like a bumbling dragon I fly, scraping my face on the sky. Oh no, no, oh yeah.
And with that, you've reached the end of this week's episode of Headspace on Aggie Radio, 92.3 KBLU-LP in Logan. I hope you enjoyed it and found something about Severance that inspires you to watch it. Even with the effort I put into this segment, I doubt I could truly do the show justice. So, yeah, if you had a good time listening this week, be sure to spread the word and tune in again sometime for just more musical reflections on some great entertainment. And I will throw in just one thing I want to say here. Gorillaz, if you know that band, just came out with a new single from their album coming out in about half a year. And I wasn't able to find a great place to fit that into this segment. But I wish it had come out a little sooner because it actually, I think, fits just perfectly. So if you liked what you saw here, or what you heard here, really, you'd probably like that as well. But until then, good luck to USU students with any of the tests that are starting to creep up, because there are some for me. I'm sure others too. And see you next time. And that Gorillaz song is called The Happy Dictator, if you're interested. And good luck to everyone. Enjoy Headspace, and hope to see you at the next segment. Thanks for listening.